Hi boardies, welcome back to the Coldest Night by Indie Boards and Cards, again by Brian Burgoyne. So last night was indeed the coldest night so far this year. Yes, I did a previous video and that was a bit of frost and now it's pretty bad as well. So in this game I'm going to be a solo playthrough as well, but first and foremost I have a setup, play and review. And then you'll also see me do a solo playthrough as part of the playing through of the game. I'll be doing a review before I finish doing the playthrough, but I'll be keeping the camera rolling so you can actually see whether or not I stay through this coldest night and survive after all my possessions have had to be chucked out of this burning cabin, and trying to then obviously keep it alight so that I can actually survive through till morning. So inside of the game, you're going to have a number of things. These are starting things you're going to start off with. So you're going to have logs, newspaper, and match. Now, on the left-hand side, you're going to have logs at slightly higher heat value, and then you can have match and newspapers, however you wish, on the right-hand side. And again, we've had a leaf fall off the tree. Right, so now we've got these cards here. These are only used in the solo game. These are if cards. These are certain things that can be used and obtained if you happen to meet the certain heat value. So those are going to come into play later on. We're going to have these tokens as well, which relate to these things as well. So in due course, we'll be going through and choosing when I want to use those things as well. We're going to have these starting cards. These are basically your reference cards. They're double-sided and there are 4 of them. So in a solo game, I'm just using 2 and flipping one around. So I'm going to leave that bottom, maybe left-hand corner. That's just going to be in shot. Hopefully you guys can see that as and when needed. Here's the deck, and we have frostbite cards. If ever we have fewer than 2 cards in the fire pit, that's the fire pit, we draw from these cards. These can be negative. It means you might have to draw additional things, do certain things else, and you need to try and get rid of them by getting that heat value down to the number on the snowflake. So just whilst I'm setting up, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to catch up more videos. The like button if you're enjoying all the content and of course are keen to see more. Check out the comments and descriptions for any updates, any mistakes, any views, so I respond very quickly. And also I'm going to show you how you load this deck. So you're going to shuffle the deck. It's already been well shuffled, to be honest. And in a solo game only, you remove 14 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They go away. Now you're going to load this flaming, firing, dwindling supply by placing on here 8 cards, and 13, or 15, 15, 20 if you're playing a multiplayer game, which is 2 to 4 players. So we're going to place on 8 cards, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 here. There should be 13, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. Now, the rules, to be honest, there's a little bit of room for manoeuvre, I think, in places. But you're basically sticking on the highest deck bit on first. Also, in a normal game, you're going to have 3 cards each. In a solo game, you're starting for 4 cards. This is how my fire is going to look initially. Then I explain to you exactly what you're looking to do and how you do it. So the aim of the game is to go through this entire deck, last the entire night, and be able to survive, as I said, throughout this whole night by going through all your cards, by keeping the fire going. You do not want to let it go out. On your turn, you're going to be taking a card and placing it here. That's the fire pit, as I said, and ultimately you can never have more than 4 things there. You can't have a higher heat than 4 cards. And currently the heat value is, you count what's on the cards, which is 7. You can place any card in front of me down, luckily, but if the heat value is lower in total that's already there compared to your ash value on a card, you cannot play it. It's just not combustible enough. So if we only had, say, that, heat value is 4, that's still fine. But if we took, I don't know, that away, then suddenly 2 is not enough to get that going. So currently it's looking quite good. Now, I have to admit, whilst I'm teaching you and saying stuff, as I'm playing, it might not be the best strategy what I'm going for. But as you can see, there's some other benefits here, or negative effects. These are negative. These are called basically threat things. These are negative things you do not want to see happening. And in this instance, you burn an additional card. So like the game Hanabi, you're looking to probably line things as you want to happen, because at the end of each round, you're burning off the rightmost card by default. So for now, I'm just going to play a regular card, and we're going to play out this card here. And that's the picture frame, burn value of 2. So of 7, it's now worth 9, and then we lose a card. So that goes away, these all come across, and I draw 1 card. And I go again. So now the heat value is still 7, And I'm going to play the same card again. And now we're up to, obviously, I think 10. Now you're going to take a card off and draw a card. So I'll give you a review after a few more turns, probably after the next 5 dwindles, just to show you how things go. So now we have a heat value of 8, so a bit higher, and we can start looking through some of these cards. Again, I don't think you need to use them until you need to use them, but if the heat value is, say, 9, I can gain something. Heat value is 7, I gain the cabinet key. So cabinet key is over here, and what that will give me is it draws an extra card. So currently I have a heat value of 8. Now I think I'm going to play this card out again, because ash is high, so I need to get these ash cards out. So now the heat value goes up again because it's high enough. And now the heat value is down to 8, and I draw a card. I think I play another card of these out because it's 8 and ash is 7. That goes away. And I have to see a separate pile here so you can get your starter deck back again. Okay, so we have a heat value of 8 and draw a card. And yeah, we're going to play the same card again. Lose that card. And this time, it's looking a bit more interesting because the heat's suddenly gone down a bit. It's gone down to 6. Didn't draw a card, so they play. I think we'll play it. This time though, I discard. So in this time, I play pillow because remove the card with the highest heat value from the pit. Now, I would have lost this card anyway, so that's a good time to play it, I feel. So discard that card, which I would have lost it anyway. Down to 3, draw a card. So now I only got a heat value of 4, so can no longer play this because it's saying 7. So that's no longer useful for me. I could make the fire even weaker, which isn't necessarily good. I can increase it, but I need to burn 2 extra cards. But it will kind of offset this. But I think it's, I've got no other bonuses currently. And if I go for that axe, what does the axe give me? The axe will give me drawing a card or 1 heat. So I'm just going to play the axe. So sorry, I can't play that. The heat's not high enough. I have a heat of 4. I am just going to play this one. So now heat's going to reduce down to 3. So it's getting quite weak. Is this going to help me? Oh, kind of. Right, I think it's going to have to be with a heat of 3, the ash, so that's no longer useful. I have to burn an additional card. So it's going to get it up quite a bit now. So losing 2 cards. And this is where a frostbite happens. So obviously got 2 cards, some heat there, but I take a frostbite. In this instance, you cannot play any kindling cards with even heat values. So what's interesting is I'm going to try and get 7 once the fire's died down, which is losing typically the rightmost card. So I want to try and get a 7 value, and therefore it could be fine, because then I can get rid of this card. So I can't play an even heat value, which is annoying, because that'd been really good. So I'm going to have to play something else. So heat value of 4, I didn't draw an extra card. I think I probably will play that one. 4, can't play the other 2. So now I've got a heat value of 5. Can't play those 2 cards. I'm going to lose this card. Draw another frostbite to come down to 2 cards. You cannot use lucky find tokens on this turn, on your turn. So again, this is just to me playing solo, but otherwise maybe you would work with somebody else. Down to 4, draw a card. Maybe start looking through these cards. Maybe I should have done that instead. So yeah, probably I would have done something different there. But 4 and so I can't play any of these cards. Could play that, I can't. So I'll probably start looking through here. There's another option. You don't have to play cards. You can scavenge. So you can draw 2 cards instead of actually taking a card, instead of playing cards in the center. So you're not helping the fire, but hopefully in a future turn you will. So let's look through here. So what can I can't play any even cards. I have, those things I can't play. So what do I have? Heat value is 4 or 5. Well, it is. So that could be worth it. Heat is below, and you can play multiple cards up to 4. So I think that's a good idea. And also, if we can get that heat to equal one of these values, that'd be good. So it's 4 or below. So it's currently 4 or below. Let's play this one. It's 4 or below. Gain, I think it was the medical supplies. So now we have this in play. Add top 5 to the fire. I can choose when to do that. I won't do it now. And then I'm also going to do it on any turn, any time. Play this one, and now I've got some alcohol as well. +1 heat to the fire. So suddenly I've got a few more options going out there as to what I want to work on. And now obviously we lose a card. And this now happens automatically. So again, there are 3 of these in the deck. So that's going to come out, and I get this into my hand instead. But the turn I play the if card I shouldn't have replaced. I'm not sure if I did that, but this goes here anyway. In fact, that wouldn't have happened yet. That would have happened when I draw a card at the end of my turn, and you don't draw a card when you have a heat card. So now that happens, and now it's my turn to go again. So I've got 3 cards and 3 heat. Can't play even cards. These are too high. I don't think I need the heat yet. 3. So the ash is 2, so I tend to organise the ash to one end. If heat's below 6, let's play that one. Get in the blankets. Discard Frostbite. So this time I'll probably... so I can't have used it this turn actually because of... Can't use Lucky Find tokens this turn. So I think I'll have to reconsider that. So I have 3. What can I do instead? I'm going to go for... So probably save off those cards whilst I have this thing here. And let's go for 3. So this is where I have to scavenge. So right now I scavenge and take 2. So it's 1 and take 2 cards. Let's just leave them like that. And now obviously that's going to go away. And now the fire's down to 2. Now I think I might have to do that scavenging thing. Burn an additional card while the fire's about to go out. So let's play with the highest card. Yeah, let's just play this card out. With the highest card value from the fire pit, it's the rightmost. Well, it's the same card, so it's fine. I still have these 2 cards I can use. So I've now got a heat of 2. I'm thinking either this or trying to place an extra card. Heat of 2, I think I might. +1 heat when in the fire, so that's the heat of 3. And I'm going to place out this so the ash is high enough. Burn an additional card. So we're losing some cards, going to get an extra Frostbite. I think Frostbite's better to pick up later, even though then you have to try and deal with it. Another 7 card, so we would lose both of those if the 7 comes up. Ash value of every kindling card you hand is considered 1 higher. So now I've got a thing of 2, so it's 3, 4 heat. And it's another even value, so I need to get rid of that. So none of these are useful for me apart from this, but that's too low. So 4, add top card to the fire. Yeah, let's do that. So that was good, it's gone away. And now we've got actually a value of 6. 7, unfortunately we're going to lose a card. But we do have a value of 7 out there. And I've got this one, which does work. I gain it, but I can't use it. So I've got this. Okay, now we're going to lose stuff. I think that didn't happen before then. So again, these cards can stay off to the side, the fire dwindles. Okay, so what do we have now? We have a value of 6. So 6, that goes away. That's good. So now, luckily, and you can lose the game if all these go, or if you can't obviously make it to Sunrise, which is when you've played out all cards from your hand. So you've got some cards left here, but nothing left in your hand. So heat value of 6. Now I do have those Lucky Find tokens, and I'm thinking of playing out another card. So they're all even values, so maybe I need to start looking through my if cards, and I might even draw 1 card. 6, we need to go up to 7, so I need a 3, which I do not have. If I had a 3, then when I lose the 2, it'll be fine. Or I play out this and play out a 2. So I might play this one here, and so I've got 1 heat and play out a 2. So what 2 do I have? So we're not going to be hot enough. Nope. Need a 2. So I'm not going to get the bonus. We're just going to play it out. Oh no, they're even values. So I need a 2, I need a 2. I don't have a 2. So maybe I don't draw that out. Currently on 6. Okay, let's play this. Heat to 6 or below. Heat to 7. So I think it happens before it goes down. So the heat to 6 or below, so it is 6. I gain a rug. So a blanket, which is the one we wanted. Discard Frostbite. Now I can get rid of this card. And now we can see that this card's going to go away. Drawing a card. And I'm going to play out a card. So on to 5. So let me tell you about this game and the review. So I think it's very good. It's tough, fairly tough solo, but I think it's even slightly easier than it is on cooperative mode with multiple players. I think it's a game that doesn't take too long, 20, 30, 40 minutes. Lots of planning, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Obviously lots of discussion in cooperative games, or obviously, like I said, it's great solo too. Thick cards, I like that as well. Obviously it's all about that rising and reduction of that heat that you need to be aware of. And yeah, I think it's, it's a deck of cards with some nice tokens. And, I love this artwork. I love the fact that you can almost splay it and see this kind of effect. So yeah, I recommend you check it out. It's been very interesting. It's made me shiver. It's been a fun game. And again, I think symbology works very well. The rulebook is this, obviously not much to it, but it's a bit annoying that it is like this because you have to kind of just flap it around a bit. And in fact, some key things such as these lucky find tokens, they're annoying that what you're going to look at in detail in case you don't know which one to go for. You have to flip them open to check, and it's actually on a crease. But aside from that, sort of 7 out of 10. I think it's, highly enjoyable game. And, it's a nice little puzzle to play. And of course, it's not over once you've won it the first time because you're shuffling out, and especially in a solo game, 14 cards aren't in play. And even in multiplayer, you've got these different Frostbite cards. I've gone through all of them, lost the game that way too. And I think it might be worth checking out. So let me crack on and let's see what's coming up. So I've got another card I can bring out. I'm up to 5, so I can't play out this card. Ash is higher now actually, so I need to be placing an extra card higher. I really want to work on trying to get this down, so I need to get something higher than this. So we have 5, and just try and get some more bonuses. Let's discard this Frostbite card, even better idea. Oh, another delivery just arrived for more board games, so that means there's be something else coming. I've reduced it to every 2 days now. So that's down to 5. I know what that is, but it's an embargo one. I can't talk about that game that's just arrived in advance. Right, 5. I don't want to be discarding these cards yet. With the Ash higher, maybe I'll play a Heat out. 5. So these cards aren't very useful for me, but I feel like I have to do it. I could scavenge, but then my Heat's going to get down to 2. I don't want to remove any additional cards because, here we go, let's play this one out. So Heat, the highest heat value from the pit is removed into the rightmost, so that's that one, obviously. So there's not much analysis paralysis, sorry about that, just chattery. Down to 4, so that goes away, draw out a card. I've got Heat of 4, here we go, I think we can start burning out. So that's going to be too high because the Ash is fine because we got rid of that card. So we're placing out this, obviously I have to keep shunting the cards around. And we have 6. So we have 6. Let's see what else I get dealt. Right. Okay, so we have 6. What can I do with 6? I think we place out this one because the Ash meets that value. We lose this card. And we draw another card. Somehow I've got an extra card, which I'm not sure. Oh, from scavenging probably. Okay, so I won't be drawing this into my hand yet. We have 9. Right, now there's some good cards here because if I can get a 9 out, if he does 9 or higher, I do get the kerosene. So that's in play. That goes away. I draw this card into my hand, which goes out into the pile. And then I get a replacement card. All right, well, I wouldn't have done that because if cards do not trigger that. So, a double side of these sides. So down to 9, and now I need to think what I want to do. So I have a heat of 9 still, and I'm thinking of maybe playing this, if heat is 10, and actually playing this on it, so makes it high enough, because that's 9, and then I can place, well technically I've got on that one. Let's go back to the next round. So yeah, I'm not sure if we can work it like that. Card with the greatest, remove a card of your choice from the fire pit instead. Let's play that one. Let's remove that one. And then the fire dwindles happens, and I get a replacement card. Okay, so now the fire is still at 9. We're going to be losing this card. Now we play the greatest to lose the greatest value, which we knew was going to happen anyway. And now we have down to 6, draw a replacement card. 6. It's going to diminish it quite a bit, but let's try this. I might chuck in some extra heat with it as well. 6. Yeah, let's leave some extra heat because I think I might need it. So we're now up to 7. Now up to 5. Draw a replacement card. 5. And with a 5 we can't do much. Burn an additional card. This is a good time to do that. So we're getting rid of this card. I say it's good, we do have the Frostbite draw. Burn additional card. Have a Frostbite, which might be do not draw a kindling card, end your turn. Okay. So I've got a few cards out though. Heat of 7. That can go here then. And that goes away. And actually I would have drawn an extra card, so I don't get Frostbite. 7, heat of, so now that's a heat of more than 7. Probably place this one as well. I don't want to burn an additional card though. It's praying out the mirror. Then that goes away. And now we've got this, and then we've got that. And we have a nice massive heat of 11. Now I definitely play out this card because of the heat of 10 plus, get out the backpack, which is a give one card. Now in a solo game you can just take a card from the deck. So now this goes away, and now we have a heat back to 9. So with a heat of 9, we are going to not replace a card because it's an if card. Don't want to burn an additional card. Place out the lighter pack. Let's see what that does. Lighter fluid gives 2 extra heat. And now we have a thing of 7. And with a heat of 7, do I want to place out any more cards? It's not hot enough yet. 7, 7, 7. Let's place out this card. Heat is that, getting a key. It's now getting all these cards. Drawing a card. That goes away. I don't think he got down to 3 at one point, otherwise this could have gone away. And then still can't draw cards. Down to 4. And this is where I need to probably get this one up, an additional card. That's not going to be good because I'm down to only 2. So I could, so let's draw 1 card. Okay, doesn't have any much. I think I'm going to draw a card again. So this is good. So now I'm going to place out that card. It's not hot enough though. So this is tricky. Burn an additional card. Let's try this. It's going to be a bit mad. Losing these 2 cards. From the right, down to 3. Frostbite goes away, but I also draw a Frostbite. So no players can talk. I wondered if that might come up. Well, obviously, for this video, I'm going to have to keep doing this. So, down to 3. I think I'm going to have to place... So now I can draw up cards. So Frostbite went away. So I would have drawn a Frostbite card. Down to 3, that is fine. I'm now up to 5. Rags makes it up to 6. We lose a 1. We draw a card. We were up to 5 actually. So this goes away as well. It didn't last long. Slurred speech. And I'm sure I did have slurred speech cycling on Sunday. It was so cold. 5. So now what do we want to do? At the end of the deck now. 5. There we go. 8. Down to 6. Not high enough to even play this last card to get in that 9+, unless I play this one out. 6, 9, do that to gain a seller key. It's gone through all the tokens now. Draw 2 cards. Well, I've got everything. They don't really help. That goes away. This kind of would have been drawn and gone in here, actually. And then I would have drawn a card. This goes away. Heat is at 5. So this is actually too low. So now I'm going to 5, 6, 7. I'm up to 9. Actually, no, I am hot enough because it's 6, 8. But I don't want to be removing an additional card yet. So now I'm up high enough. This goes away. 4. So 4. Have I made a mistake there? 4. Did I not need that card? Maybe I made a mistake there because I thought I did it right. I need to get this card out. I'll take that back again. So I have currently 8. Let's try this. So maybe I will lose 8. Place this out, remove an additional card. I think I maybe lose either way after all that. 2 cards. I have a heat value of 1. Yeah, I'm losing either way. I need to get 3 heat, and unfortunately I can't place this out, so I lose the game. If I could have done, that would have been victory. So I know I mentioned that review early on, but ultimately, yeah, I think it's a very good game. It's a tight, close game. Really need to watch that fire go up and down. Very thematic, very cool in that respect. I like the fact, obviously, you've got other cards. If you want to play it solo, you can try and you'll shuffle those cards around and try other things. Obviously, it's easy to reset the deck because you've got these log cards, which are double-sided, so it's easy to know where they are. Same for the fire dwindles. They're double-sided, so it's easy to obviously quickly rearrange. Like I said, I like the art, and I like the fact it does this. I like the thickness of the cards. Tokens are good, but it's a bit of a shame you kind of have to flip them over to kind of know what they are. But generally speaking, I love the right kind of things. Rulebook is a bit annoying in terms of how it's flappy like this. I think just a regular sized opening and closing one could have been better. And the fact that if you want to go through some of the clarifications, it's not a bad rulebook, but I think a few times they could have re-emphasized some things, and there's some things they've overemphasized, which for me made sense. And these lucky find tokens are right on a crease, which is a bit annoying as well, because you have to fully unfold it, because you can't just, unless you want to fold it back on itself. So yeah, very close game, and at least in a multiplayer game, it hasn't had a victory yet. Just only playing as a 2 so far. But yeah, I have lost the game just using these Frostbite tokens too. But as you can see, it's a tense, close game, and it does indeed, at least for me, it has made me shiver. So I recommend you might want to check this one out, especially as, like I said, it's the time of year where a game like this, getting together in cooperative stuff, is great fun. So that's been the Coldest Night, and obviously it doesn't need that much space. You can easily transport if you need to. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.